Hello, my name is Patricia and today I will introduce you to my team member. This is Nur Yasmin Atika. This is Nur Ashafira Adiba. This is Aylar. Next is Munira Ainul. The last one is Nur Diana. And today we will present to you our topic Emotion and Action.
Hello everyone, my name is Aylar. I will introduce you to our topic. The role of emotion in human action play a crucial role in people's lives. The emotions we feel each day can compel us to take action and influence the decisions we make about our lives, both large and small. In order to truly understand emotions and actions, we'll make this presentation. So the topics covered will be what is action and emotion, how emotion can affect your action, emotional outbursts, negative impact of emotion outbursts to our lives and surrounding, and how to control our emotion.
Hello, my name is Yasmin. Before this, you already can see that my group are going to present about how to control our actions towards others without following our emotions. For me, this topic are quite interesting because majority of us, which are teenagers, always facing this kind of problem. We always tend to act based on our emotion. Sometimes we will feel guilty and sorry after we doing that. Besides, the role of emotions in human action has long been neglected in the philosophy of action. Some prevalent misconceptions of the nature of emotion are responsible for this neglect. Emotions are irrational. Emotions are passive. And emotions have only an insignificant impact on actions. In this presentation, we argue that these assumptions about the nature of emotions are problematic and that the neglect of emotions placed in theory of action is untenable. Moreover, emotions also play a crucial role in people's explanations of action. We conclude that the concept of emotion deserves a more distinctive and central place in philosophy theories of action. Because of it, me and my friends going to do some research about it and trying to find ways to solve this problem. But before that, let me give you the definition what is exactly emotions and actions. Oxford Dictionary states that emotion is a strong feeling deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationships with others. Emotions are responses to significant internal and external events. Emotions can be occurrences or dispositions, and short-lived or long-lived. Emotions have been described as consisting of a coordinate set of responses, which may include psychological, behavioral, and neural mechanism. Meanwhile, in dictionary.com, actions give 5 meanings, which are the process or state of acting or of being active, something done or performed, which is act or deed, an act that one consciously wills and that may be characterized by physical or mental activity, habitual or usual acts, which is conducted by her or himself. Lastly is energetic activity.
How emotion can affect your action. Actions are different from emotion but very strongly influenced by them. Emotional state can influence movement through connection in an area of brain called basal ganglia. This is how it works. Start with sensory thalamus receive the impulse, then it will be sent to the amygdala for processing and evaluate the emotion. Next, the impulse will go to basal ganglia, then it will fine-tune the voluntary movement according to the emotion that were received. Next, we will discuss about emotional outbursts. Emotional outburst is a rapid change in emotional expression where strong or exaggerated feeling and emotion occur. These were caused by the imbalance of brain chemicals that are associated with mood regulation. The example of brain chemical is hormone. There are several hormones responsible for emotion, such as endorphin and serotonin for happiness, dopamine for motivation, and oxytocin for calm.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Ashafira Adiba. So I will talk about my part, which example of action based on emotion. First emotion is sad, and the action is be alone, stay in bed, and crying. As we can see in this picture, her face shows that she is crying and she is very sad. When someone is sad, they will express their feeling with cry. The next is happy, and the action is consumption of alcohol, narcotic, and food, excessive sexual activity. This action is a bad or negative action, and usually this action happens when someone is too happy until they do something beyond their expectation or out of their control. That is why some emotion might have a negative impact even though it is a positive emotion. Next is angry, and the action is yell at anyone, attack people, be judgmental. Normally, when someone is in anger, their action is out of their control. That is why when someone is angry, they did something without even think first. They just express their feeling to others. Just like in this picture, she looks like she wants to explode. Next is frustrated, and the action is give up, don't want to be bothered by anyone, keep blaming themselves. Frustration are related to anger emotion, but normally when someone is in frustration, their actions only focusing on themselves, but some of their action might affect other people because the emotion is related to anger, so they might act in anger, just like they suddenly yell at someone. And the next is worthless. The action is harm self, belittle one's own abilities, fed up with everything they want to do. Worthless is someone fell in themselves, and so their action is only affect themselves, does not affect other people that much. That's why when they feel worthless, they always belittle one's own ability. Seem like they're insecure. They just talk bad about themselves. Next is fear, and the action is run away, avoiding the situation or people, tend to overthink something until they feel afraid to face reality. The action of fear is they will run from the situation, run from the problem, and this action might or might not affect others. Next is good. The action is repeat transgression, hiding from people, avoiding speak to other people. Normally we would feel this emotion if we did something accidentally. Just like in this picture, she's accidentally broke this vase. The last one is shame, and the action is hiding from people, avoid interacting with others. This action is when someone in shame, they will hide from people or they will avoid people because the feel of shame in themselves make them don't want to interact with others. The next subtopic is negative impact of emotion outbursts to ourselves and surrounding. So the first one is negative impact to ourselves. It will affect daily activities such as work and extracurricular activities. Focusing on tasks or carrying out projects can be difficult and can cause people unwilling to work in partnership with the person. It also causes feelings such as guilt, remorse, and shame, especially if you generally act in ways you're probably going to regret it later. The person also likely to feel incapable of letting go and having fun, which is important for mental well-being. Physical well-being is in potential risk. It can be causing headache, migraines, chest pain, aches, and more in the short term. And in the long term, it can also endanger the person from hypertension, high blood pressure, depression, and cardiovascular problems. And next is negative impact to surrounding. It throws upon those around you a negative feeling, may cause other people to feel disheartened, upset, intimidated, scared, or a handful of other unpleasant emotions. You also run the risk of pushing your loved ones out of life for good. Solving conflict with emotion, yelling, and violence also set a precedent in a relationship that is unhealthy for both sides. Others might have a bad day or become moody because of the action you have done based on emotion towards them.
Hi, I'm Munira Ainul. I'm going to talk about how to control our emotions. First, take a look at the impact of our emotions. It's perfectly normal to experience some emotional overwhelm on occasion. Emotions that regularly get out of hand might lead to relationship or friendship conflict, trouble at work or school, or even physical or emotional outbursts. Real life example. Find some time to take stock of just how your uncontrolled emotions are affecting our day-to-day life. This will make it easier to identify problem areas. Next, identify what we are feeling. Taking a moment to check in with ourselves about your mood can help we begin gaining back control. By considering possible alternatives, we are reframing our thoughts, which can help us to modify our first extreme reaction. The real-life examples are, when we are upset, before making any decision, interrupt ourselves by asking questions like, what am I feeling now? What happened to make me feel this way? And is there a better way of coping with them? Last, give yourself some space. Getting some distance from intense feeling can help you make sure you are reacting to them in reasonable ways. The distance might be physical, like leaving an upsetting situation, or you can also create some mental distance by distracting yourself. It's not harmful to distract yourself until you are in a better place to deal with them. Just make sure you do come back to them. Healthy distractions are only temporary. The real life examples are, you should try taking a walk, watching a funny video, talking to a loved one, or even spending a few minutes with your pet. So, there are many more ways to control our emotion. You can choose any other ways you are comfortable with.
So, what can we conclude from our topic is, emotion is a strong feeling deriving one's circumstance, mood, or relationships with others. Emotion can affect our behavior directly, as in the case of aggression or behavior that is focused on hurting others. When a person feels frustration, anger, tension, or fear, they are more likely to act aggressively toward others. In conclusion, emotion plays an important role in humans' life. Emotion is strongly influenced by behavior. Behavior is the way in which one acts or conducts on oneself, especially towards others.